Alright, how you guys doing? Mark with Desert Ammo Supply again. Here to do another video for you. Today we're going to do some work on one of my favorite guns in my collection here. We are going to work on our PS90s, and what we're going to do is today we are going to upgrade the magcatch spring. A problem with the PS90s is when you start shooting heavier bullets, 45, 50, 55 grains, what tends to happen is the spring that holds your mag down doesn't have enough tension on it, and the recoil will from time to time force your magazine to pop up like this, and then it will misfeed your next round. It's kind of annoying. So what I've done is I've come up with some springs that have a lot more tension and will replace our factory springs, so you won't have that issue anymore. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and get started. Today's job is a one-tool job. All you're going to need is a 3mm Allen key to disassemble your rifle here, and of course your spring. We also have these up on our site in a kit that comes with the magcatch plunger and a spring for 12 bucks. So it's a real inexpensive upgrade that does save you a lot of hassle with your gun. Alright, so let's go ahead and make sure that we are unloaded, no ammunition in the weapon. Go ahead and field strip your P90 down. Pull out everything, trigger pack and the butt stock also, so that we have nothing left but our plastic frame. Go ahead and pull out our bolt. Pull off our butt plate. Pull out our trigger pack. Alright, now we are down to the bare essentials here. Just our plastic stock for our P90. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our 3mm Allen key. I'm going to point this down here a little bit. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay, let's go ahead and pull out the Allen screws that hold this together. And what I do is once I pull them out, I just kind of lay them out in a pattern. I took them out. It makes it real simple to put them back because they are different lengths. So let's go ahead and strip her down here. Alright, last couple here. Last one. Alright, so set my key up there. Once you've got all those pulled out, go ahead and just separate the two halves of your weapon here, and it'll slide just apart like this. Now what you'll have in the lower half, you'll typically have your trigger and your trigger assembly that'll stay in here. We can set that aside for right now. In this half, you're going to have your selector switch, which will stay put, and then you're going to have your mag catch. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull our mag catches out here, which should just pretty much slide right out. Alright, then we can set this half of the P90 aside for right now. Alright, so this is your magcatch assembly. You've got your magcatch, you've got your spring, and you've got your magcatch plunger. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this plunger and spring out of the magcatch assembly. It's very simple. There's just a little piece on that magcatch plunger right there that will slide right up out of this groove. So we're going to go ahead and put a little pressure on it, slide that right up, and it'll come right out. And you'll see that groove right here. That's the one that the magcatch plunger goes into. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove the factory spring. And you're going to notice that your factory spring is very weak, very soft. You can virtually compress it all the way down. It's got no resistance whatsoever. Our new spring that we're putting in is a lot thicker diameter coil spring, and it has a lot more tension on it that will help you hold that magazine down when you're firing the heavier rounds. Alright, now you should be able to do this without any tools. It does require a little bit of concentration and focus on what you're doing. Otherwise, you can either launch your spring or you can launch your plunger. Now, that's the reason we provide you with an additional plunger in our kit, is because it does put the risk when you're trying to put this together of either snapping this guy right here or shooting it across the room and losing it. So we just save you the heartache of having to order one by providing it in this kit. Alright, so what we're going to do, if you'll look at your plunger, you're going to notice that it has a unique shaped key at the end of it here. It's rounded on one end, on one side, flat on the other, and then it is elongated on one side and short on the other. What you need to do is this will only go into the mag catch in one direction, with the short flat side up top and the rounded side on the bottom and the longer side on the outside. So it's going to basically slide in just like that, right into that mag catch. It's a little tough to see here. Get some light on it for you. So you can see how that drops right in just like that. So you'll want to make sure that you line this up and hold it just how it's going to go in once you get your spring and your pressure on it. That way you don't have to try and fight with rotating it around once you've got spring tension on it. Alright, so here we go. Here's how I do this. You might find a way that works a little easier for you, or you may need the assistance of a tool of some type. Once you get the hang of it, this is a pretty easy way to do it. What I do is I grab a hold of my plunger and spring with my index finger and my thumb. I put it into the mag catch with just enough of an angle that I can get that plunger piece to slide out through the top of this spring and then drop down in the groove. So let's give this a try here, and hopefully I don't launch this across the room. Alright, here we go. Got it up, and it's in. Okay, just like that. So now you've got your spring, plunger, and catch all reassembled with your upgraded spring in it. So we can go ahead and start reassembling our P90 now. So we're going to grab the half that we pulled the catch out of, and we need this half because it's got this little notch right here. And what this notch does, this is what holds onto your mag catch. There's a little lever on the bottom that we're going to need to squeeze in when we put this back in, and it basically holds that and gives it the amount of movement that it needs in order to function correctly. So let's go ahead and take this, and what I do is I just start by hooking the side piece here on the side of the P90, and then I work it over once I get that to catch on, and squeeze that tab down that I was showing you. I'm going to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing here. Squeeze that little latch part down, and then it should allow that to drop pretty much right into the weapon. Just like that. Okay. Another thing you need to do is that plunger will drop into the little groove on this back plate right here that supports the pressure of your mag catch. It'll drop right in and just sit in there, and that puts the forward pressure on your mag catch. So once you've got that in, you've got your mag catch plunger put into that spot. Plunger. Let's go ahead and grab your trigger piece out of your other half of your P90 there, this section here. We're going to go ahead and drop it into the weapon. It has a specific groove that you'll notice that runs the length of your P90 that the railing will sit in, and there's a notch and a groove that your trigger will sit in up here by your selector switch. So make sure that you have those in correctly. You can kind of give it a little slide here, make sure that you've got it in the right spot. It'll fit nice and snug. Alright, so once you have that and your mag catch back in, we're going to grab the other half of your PS90, and we're going to reassemble here. And the easiest way I found is to just put this guy almost completely together, and then squeeze right at where the mag catch is and just give it a little slide forward. And it should assemble right back together without any issues whatsoever. Alright, so once you've got your two halves placed back together, we'll go ahead and reinstall all the spring or the Allen screws that we pulled out. So let's go ahead and put all these back in. Alright, and we'll tighten these all down. And if you got a nice 3mm T-handle, that would probably make this even easier. I unfortunately don't have one, so and last screw here, we'll tighten this guy up. Alright. Okay, so now you've got your P90 put back together. Go ahead and grab a hold of your mag catch with your thumb and try pulling that sucker back now. You're going to notice that it's a lot tighter. It requires a lot more pressure to push back. And that is what you need in order to keep your magazine down when you're firing your P90 with the heavier ammunition. Alright, so we've got that good. That's nice and tight. So let's go ahead and reassemble the P90. Go ahead and put your trigger pack back in, your butt plate. Drop our bolt back in, and our barrel assembly. Alright, so now we've got our weapon reassembled. I'm going to grab a magazine right here and show you the pressure difference and how this helps hold this down. Alright, when you pull this sucker back and drop that down, this magazine will not pop back out of this weapon. It will stay locked down until you come back and manually pull this guy back. So that will fix your problem of having your magazine pop up when you're firing, like our Desert Ammo supplies custom ammunition out of your PS90. Alright guys, well that's it for this one, and hope that helps you out, and we will see you in our next video.